Saturday, July 29. A family gathers in the sleepy town of Leongatha, Victoria, for a lunch of beef Wellington. Erin Patterson cooking up the meal for her former in-laws Don and Gail Patterson, Gail's sister Heather Wilkinson and Heather's husband Ian. Erin's ex-husband Simon pulled out of the lunch at the last minute. Her kids were, according to Erin, at the movies. Sunday, July 30. All 5 present to hospital with gastro-like symptoms. The hospital chooses not to admit Erin, who feeds her kids the beef Wellington leftovers for dinner. They don't fall ill. Erin later claiming the kids don't like mushrooms, so she scraped them off.
All your guests went to hospital with suspected food poisoning, yet that evening you say you gave your children leftovers from the same suspected poison meal. Why were you confident that your children wouldn't get ill?
Monday, July 31. As the lunch guest's condition deteriorates, Erin presents to hospital again, and this time she's admitted. She's then transferred to Melbourne, where she says she was treated for poisoning. Then, on Friday, August 4, tragedy. Gail and Heather die in hospital.
Devastated, absolutely devastated.
People that were so giving.
I'm just so distressed over it.
The same day, police discover Erin's food dehydrator dumped at the local tip.
It's been reported that the dehydrator was disposed of the day after the luncheon, which is slightly curious because the people had just presented to hospital with gastro-like symptoms. I don't think anybody at that point would be calling it a poisoning.
Saturday, August 5. Don becomes the 3rd fatality. Ian fighting for life.
He was the most welcoming person. It's hard for everyone, and there's a lot of prayer.
On Monday, August 7, detectives name Erin Patterson as a person of interest in the fatalities, believed to have been caused by death cap mushrooms.
It could be very innocent, but we just don't know at this point.
I'm devastated. I love them. And I can't believe that this has happened, and I'm so sorry that they have lost their lives.
How are you kids?
I just can't believe it. Just can't believe it.
Patterson proclaims her innocence.
Can you tell us a bit more about the lunch?
What I can tell you is that I just can't fathom what has happened.
Can you tell us where the mushrooms came from?
In a bizarre twist, it's revealed the next day that Simon Patterson, the ex-husband, had suffered an unexplained stomach illness 12 months earlier, ending up in a coma.
Erin, how are you going? I'm going this for asking. You guys aren't helping.
On Friday, August 11, a major development. Erin providing a lengthy statement to police claiming the mushrooms used in the beef Wellington were dried mushrooms bought from an Asian grocery store in Melbourne, which she is unable to identify.
To date, there haven't been any recalls on mushrooms, there haven't been any calls to the public to have any concerns about mushrooms, and nor has anyone else, as far as I'm aware, reported any poisonings from potential toxic mushrooms in the last few months.
Erin also admits to lying to investigators about the food dehydrator, which she initially claimed she'd dumped at the tip a long time ago, saying in the statement that she panicked and dumped the dehydrator after her ex-husband asked if that's what she'd used to poison his parents.
If that dehydrator does show evidence of death cap mushrooms, that is not going to support the account that Erin has actually given, because she claimed to have bought those from a Chinese supermarket. So it's really going to help the police prove or disprove her statement.
Tuesday last week, disturbing photos emerge, reportedly taken at Erin's former home. The kids' drawings feature tombstones and messages like, "You don't have long to live," "You're dead from my sword," and "R.I.P. Grandma." On Wednesday, an unnamed source reveals that a paramedic who treated one of the deceased felt the need to alert police to their final words. Patterson complaining she's been painted as an evil witch.
Yeah, I'm so devastated about what's happened. And the loss to the community and to the families and to my own children who've lost their grandmother.
Yesterday, locals held a vigil to pay their respects and to pray for Ian, who remains critically ill in hospital awaiting a liver transplant. Police and experts urging the public to trust the process.
It's very hard for any layperson to successfully get away with crimes because the police have all sorts of experts at their disposal. So eventually we will have an answer as to whether this was an awful accident or something potentially more sinister.